Yo.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time of the night for the Dirt and Asphalt Podcast. Whoop, whoop.
Heard that one for a couple counties.
Oh boy. Alrighty, let's get into it. As always, I am Safe Grafke. Alongside of me, the one, the only, Alex Wonders.
Hold your applause.
Hold it. Everyone just hold it.
Hold it for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then just go crazy.
Alrighty. Alex, we got quite a bit to go over tonight.
We got an action-packed show, boys. I'm going to tell you what, we got like an hour and a half maybe tops to talk about like 50 hours worth of material here.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
The thing. So I think we should start off with
First of all, how's everybody doing? Because it's been a few days since we've done a podcast.
Well,
that's
last week.
Yeah, but it feels like it's been like 3 years.
I know it's been.
It feels like
it's been crazy for us folks. We have a lot going on.
We still haven't caught up on sleep yet.
No, obviously we have a lot going on. Again, folks, Monday from noon to 2 at the Penn Central Mall, we're gonna have a driver meet and greet. We're getting as many drivers there as we can. And also we have some great interviews at the track lined up that day, so we'll be there early. We got some really cool interviews.
Early?
Yeah, we'll be there early getting some interviews in.
Define early.
Oh, man.
What's early in your book?
Like 3:30.
Oh, my gosh.
That way we can also get our infield spot.
I'll have to break into the Racer Special to be able to do that.
So we'll be there early. We have some really cool interviews lined up. We have some cool interviews lined up this Sunday as well at the Capitani Classic.
We do. I'm really pumped about that.
We get to interview the one and only, the youngest now 410 winner at
in
Knoxville.
The history of Knoxville Raceway.
Giovanni Scelzi.
That's going to be pretty cool.
So I think we, let's transition into talking about Saturday at Knoxville, Alex.
We can.
Let's do it. I thought that was a great way to go into it. So let's talk about first off, huge car count. Great car count.
99 cars in two classes. We had, obviously, your 360s, which were racing for Knoxville points. I don't know if the 410s were or not, but they were racing for All-Star points because it was All-Star show.
It was All-Star points.
And they have 48 410s, which, I mean, it's that time of year. It's Nationals time. I mean, what do you expect,
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it didn't. What I was most impressed with about the whole Saturday night show, Safe?
Let's hear it.
Not just the 99 cars. I mean, that's impressive in and of itself, but the racetrack held up really, really good.
It did.
It put on some really good racing all night long.
I also want to bring up a fact that I didn't even think about until I was talking to some guys at work today.
You think?
I do.
That's pretty cool.
And actually, this was brought to my attention last night as well from Mike Roberts. We were talking. Had a good conversation, and I didn't realize this, and then I started thinking about it. Giovanni Scelzi started at the tail of the 360 A-Main.
He did. Well, yeah, pretty much.
Got up to third, and then he won the 410.
But what makes the 360 race so much more impressive is he started 18th in the 360 feature, because I was watching him come through that field, and I'm telling you what, he mastered the Knoxville Raceway better than probably anybody other than maybe obviously like Danny Lasowski, but he mastered it coming through traffic and working the bottom side of the speedway better than anybody I've ever seen. But he started 18th in that feature, no yellows.
Yeah.
In a 360 feature, not a 410 feature, a 360 feature.
Which is a tough class at Knoxville.
Well, it's just everybody's so equal on horsepower.
It is.
That it's almost impossible to make up that kind of ground at Knoxville. And he made up a tremendous amount of ground with no yellows in 18 laps, and probably actually had another lap, would have passed Sammy and got second.
I think so. He was just on the rails on the bottom. I mean, that car, watching him run the bottom that night reminded me of Lasowski.
It did. The way he did it.
It was incredible. Honestly, if you weren't able to be there, go on to Knoxville's website and watch the highlight reel.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that Scelzi they have, but I mean, like,
there has to be some of
Gio Scelzi, like, what he was doing was he was going in on the top of the corner,
and
he was diamonding across and literally making two straightaways out of the corner.
Yeah,
he was just making up so much time
Ugh.
and so much speed in the corner, which obviously, I mean, if you're fast in the corner at Knoxville or any racetrack, you're going to make up a ton of speed and you're going to pass a lot of cars.
A lot.
And that's what he was able to do. He was able to make two, instead of making 4 corners out of the corners, he made 2 straightaways out of that place, and he was just, dude, I'm telling you.
He was on the rails.
He was in full send mode.
I think, honestly, my pick to win the 360 Nationals is...
You're going there, huh?
I'm going there. I'm going full Giovanni Scelzi for the 360.
You're on the Scelzi bandwagon now? For
I've always-
360s, anyway, for 360s.
Yeah, for 360s. I think he's going to be a top 10 for 410s.
You know, I put that video on there the other night, Safe, and I brought it up, and I said, we're kind of in agreement on this. He's kind of a dark horse to maybe win the Knoxville Nationals, the 410 Nationals.
He would be my dark horse.
How could you not at this point? I mean,
and if he doesn't win, he's going to be a top 10 car, maybe even a top 5.
I think he's definitely, in my opinion, unless he loses a motor or gets upside down on his qualifying night or something crazy, he's getting in the show Saturday night.
Oh, he'll be in. He made it last year.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Exactly.
He's probably.
He is the.
He's got to be the youngest guy to ever start a
He is.
Nationals.
They said that last year. Yeah, he beat Jeff Gordon.
Did Jeff Gordon ever start a Nationals? They mean.
Was it Jeff? Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean,
I could be
it
wrong.
very well could be.
Don't
I guess.
fact
I'm
check
just
me
not
on
sure.
this, okay?
No, please fact check us. We like it when we're fact checked.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm joking.
This ain't CNN.
Yeah.
We approve fact checks.
But
actual logic. But the 360 feature went green to checkered like we said, and Gio obviously was kind of the guy to watch, and Sammy Swindell back behind the wheel, which is kind of cool to see Sammy still wheeling it and still dealing it at an old age. Which whether you like Sammy or not, you got to respect the guy for what he does and what he can do in a race car. Ended up getting second, and who ended up? I feel stupid for asking this, but who ended up winning the 360 feature? I don't even remember. We've talked so much about Gio Scelzi. I don't even remember who.
We have.
Who ended up winning the 360 feature? Oh man, I feel really dumb for having a blank moment.
We're gonna fact check.
It's not a fact check. It's just looking up a reality.
Technically, it is a fact check.
It's just, but Gio got third, and Sammy got second.
Not gonna lie, I was so focused.
They had a really good battle going in lap traffic that, I really thought Sammy got buried in a couple lap cars and ended up.
Oh, duh, Corey Eliason.
That's
correct. I
correct.
should have known that.
Yeah, Corey Eliason ended up winning. Corey
Eliason
was another guy who had a really, really good night in both classes. He ended up finishing, I think, in the top 10 in the 410 feature as well.
He did.
And, he's actually, that Rudine car over the years, they've had some really good drivers in that car.
Well, they had Joey before.
And they've had Shane Stewart, and
Yeah.
they've had, obviously now they got Corey Eliason, Joey Saldana, just to name a few of the guys they've had. I think Willie Croft drove it in the past. So they've had guys in that car who can get it done, and they've won races. I mean, they've won World Outlaw races with Shane Stewart and guys like
Willie's
that.
been driving for them a little this year too.
Is he in the 360 or in the 410?
I think he ran some in the 360 out in California for him.
Did he? And see, but Corey's given that car a really good go. He had a good run. He got a top 5, got 5th at Burlington. I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to look up Saturday night, but I'm pretty sure it was 6th, 7th, 5th, somewhere in that area, and he had a really good run.
He did. His car was on the rails then, and
But
real quick, I want to stick.
Let's stick to Knoxville real quick because I know where you want to go with this. I think they deserve like a whole 10-minute segment at the end of the show.
We'll talk about it.
That's
we'll
what
talk
I think.
about
I
you
agree,
next.
100%.
But Knoxville was just go this week for both the 360 and then go to the Capitani Sunday.
So obviously we got Corey Eliason winning the 360s.
Yeah.
Beat 51 really, really good race cars in the tune-up to the 360 Nationals.
Exactly.
And then the 410 feature, you had Gio Scelzi and Kerry Matson starting on the front row. And I think, honestly, even though Gio Scelzi is probably one of the most talented young drivers in the country, maybe in the history of sprint car racing, to be fair, I mean, just to be honest, he's, Kerry Matson starting right beside you on the pole, and Brian Brown starting right behind you. I mean, those two guys have probably more laps and wins at Knoxville than, I shouldn't say wins, but more laps than any guys at Knoxville. I mean, Brian Brown's one win away from 50, which would, I believe would tie him with either Doug Wolfgang or Sammy Swindell, on the all-time win list, which, it is another crazy stat in and of itself because Sammy Swindell has never ran weekly at Knoxville hardly in his life. Maybe
that's a sad thing.
Other than maybe, I think that one season he was in the big game car, he ran weekly.
Yeah, that sounds
right.
in
2011, 2012, somewhere in that area. But other than that, he hasn't run weekly at Knoxville at all. And it's just super, super impressive to see that Brown's only one away. But anyway, back to this Saturday night before I get down a rabbit hole that I can't get out of. But yeah, I mean, Gio. Not only did Gio Scelzi win that race and was actually his first All-Star Circuit of Champions race, he ended up winning by over 8 seconds, which is over half a lap, and he ended up lapping. Excuse me, I said laughing, I think. I meant lapping up to 8th place, which, I mean, come on.
That's
Folks,
crazy.
come on. Gio Scelzi doing that.
Man,
I mean,
that's
you got to be kidding me.
ridiculous. So I want to go in real quick because I know you had some results posted and stuff. Let's talk about a little bit about Lee County Speedway.
Oh, yeah,
we know that
right.
they raced. Yeah, exactly. We got to talk about
Safe's
Lee.
getting local on me. I like
Well,
that.
we have to.
So Saturday night,
I love you local guys.
we're going to get our input on this. I like that.
Yep.
Saturday night at the Lee County Speedway.
Pepsi Lee County Speedway.
Pepsi Lee County Speedway.
As
I'm drinking my Coca-Cola right
Hey,
here.
nothing's wrong with that. Hey, I mean.
But the Pepsi Lee County Speedway, they had a big night of racing down there. They had
they did.
I believe in the modified stock car and sport my class, the big three, paid $1,500 to win in each division, which is really cool to see.
Indeed. Amen.
And actually, I think the payout was really good. I mean, I talked to some guys in the sport mod feature who I think fifth all the way back to fifth paid like $500 for fifth. So
that's great.
That's a really good payday.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was so. And one of our local guys, actually two of our local guys won in 2 divisions, but the big show of the night to me was the sport mods. They had 30-plus cars in sport mod class. And
that's crazy.
Logan Anderson, I'll tell you what, dude. He's driving Greg Stroman's 53 car. It's a Rage chassis, and I'll tell you what, boys, they are fast right now.
Yeah, they are.
They are wheeling and dealing.
Dangerous.
And he won Friday night at CJ as well. And he ended up getting $1,500 payday at Donaldson the other night. So that was really good to see. We're really happy for Logan and for Greg. I mean, if you guys have never met Greg Stroman, he's one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet at a racetrack.
100%.
Super laid back. And Logan as well. I mean, Logan's a fierce competitor, but he's also one of the most chill, laid back dudes you'll ever meet in your life. So
Also has a great lawn care business.
he does. He just started a lawn care business here, I don't know, probably about 3 or 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. I don't know how long it's been.
It's been a little bit.
It's called LNA Lawn Care. You can check him out on Facebook. And I know him and Dalton and Tyler are working really hard to get that deal off the ground. They've done a really good job. I mean, they've got some big jobs. They're doing the city of Eddyville. They're doing Lake Red Rock and things like that. And they also do, I mean, they don't just do commercial. They do private as well. So you better give them boys a shout if you need your yard mowed or trimmed at all.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he got the win in that class. In the Sport Mod division, he actually beat out another local, Carter Vanderberg. Carter in the BMS, he started 5th and got up to 2nd. I guess they had a really good race going, and for the track got really slick and kind of one lane, and Carter ended up getting 2nd. I can't remember who got 3rd, not sure off the top of my head. I know Blaine Webster got 4th and 7th, another local guy. I mean, it was a really good night for our local guys.
That's awesome.
And then,
shout out to local drivers. Everywhere.
And I think Bray got top 5, and it rounded out the top 5, I should say. But in the modified division, also paid $1,500 to win. I know Caden Carter got the win, and I mean, he's probably one of the fastest, IMCA type modifieds in the entire country right now.
I'd say so.
Definitely the Midwest, state of Iowa.
For sure.
And, he ended up getting the win. He's driving for Joe Ferguson now in a Vanderbilt chassis. So it was really cool to see Caden get the win. And if you guys didn't check it out on our page today, actually only got about an hour and 15 minutes left, is voting for the Fast Shaft All-Star Invitational race.
Oh, that's right.
At the Super Nationals for the modified race. And I know Caden's one of the guys on the ballot, and I know I voted earlier today. And
I still need to vote.
Yeah, you need to vote. It's like election
day,
dude. It's like election day.
Everyone vote.
But there's like 60 guys on there. You vote your 10 favorite guys in, and that's how they decide who's going to be in the race and who isn't going to be in the race. And obviously,
Caden Carter, Ricky Thornton.
Caden Carter's a guy that obviously we'd like to see in as a local guy. We got some other guys that I voted for.
I'd like to see RTJ in.
Oh, he's going to be in no matter what. I think he's a lock.
Oh, yeah.
He's Ricky Thornton, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's
true. He's a beast.
RTJ.
Do that again.
RTJ.
Now take your shirt off and wave it around.
No.
Come on,
no.
SG. Come on.
No.
Give the folks what they want. Give them some entertainment.
That's not what they want.
That's
they
what
don't
they
want to see
want.
that. No.
They want to talk about racing, and they want to be entertained while we're talking about it.
They should be.
Well, if you got up on the table right now and took your shirt off and waved it around chanting
RTJ,
RTJ, they would be entertainment at its finest, at its highest quality. It'd be really cheap, too.
So let's move on. Since we talked about Saturday, let's go to Sunday. West Burlington Speedway. First off, I want to
34 Raceway.
Yeah. What I said West Burlington.
You said West Burlington Speedway.
34 Speedway. Sorry.
34 Raceway.
First off, I got to not.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
You done? You done? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just making sure what you said is correct. So
34 Speedway.
34 Raceway. That's what it's called.
Okay. 34 Raceway.
There you go.
Speedway, same thing.
No, it's not.
It is. Anyway.
Knoxville Speedway. Does that sound the same?
Oh well. Anyway.
SG.
So I got a really cool opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go over to my favorite hauler finally, but for a serious reason though, and that was to talk with Kevin Rudine, the owner of the 26 car, the Rudine.
Who you actually got the opportunity to meet at Kings Royal a couple weeks back. So.
Yeah, and at Knoxville Saturday night.
Right.
And I tell you what, if you people don't follow the Rice Rudine Foundation on Facebook,
Is it Race or Rice?
Rice.
Is that? Or yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I'm curious what it is
Yeah.
too. Just go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Rice lost his life to an accidental drug overdose a while back, and that family has now decided to help other families out by starting this foundation. They give money to different organizations, and they help families that have someone going through a drug addiction. And it's a really cool thing. So you need to follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They're on all social media platforms. I got to talk to Natalie, who was Rice's cousin, and she does all the social media, all the that for them. So she does a fantastic job, and I got to talk to her as well. And that's a foundation we are stepping behind. We're going to do some cool stuff with them for nationals.
I am kind of curious. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you went in depth and asked them or not. How exactly, in what ways do they help people who are struggling with or who have struggled with drug addiction? I mean, like how
that's a Natalie's.
how does like let's say you and I were to donate
Yeah.
$100. I don't know, just hypothetical
So
situation.
what they
how
do-
does that money
okay.
get transitioned
Sure.
to?
So what they do is that there's some organizations they're partnered with that go and talk with families. They help them out. Basically, they take them. It's like a intervention center. They have a bunch of different branches that they're hooked up with, and then they actually own another. I don't even know what you want to call it. I guess kind of like an intervention center, and
But
it's
who
where
the Race or Rice Foundation?
Yes.
Or what's it called? Race Foundation.
Rice.
Rice.
RAYCE.
Okay, Rice.
Yeah.
That's how you
Yeah.
pronounce it. Okay.
Rudine Foundation.
Rice Rudine Foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, so they take the money that you donate.
And they give
They
it
give
to
it to-
other organizations that are
But
partnered with them.
what type of organizations?
Addiction. You'll have to go on their page. They have so many different outlets that they help out. It's not just like one place. There's multiple, and then they also go around and they will talk with families. Actually, I was talking to Natalie, and she said you wouldn't believe how many people at the track Saturday came up to them
Right.
and had stories about either having loved ones that are going through this right now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
It's a real problem.
I mean,
if you don't
obviously,
think that it is,
This is a racing podcast, obviously, but
yeah,
I mean, drug addiction is probably one of the biggest problems in the United States right now. The
It
fact
is.
that if everybody knows somebody who's either been drug addicted or who is drug addicted. Prescription medication addiction's a big one.
Yeah.
I think we all know that. So yeah, I mean, if these people are genuine in what they do, and I'm sure, obviously, having a tragedy like that when you lose one of your very own kids, that it changes your perspective on life and how this affect. It affects you directly. So therefore, you gain. You care about the issue more, obviously. I mean,
Exactly.
everybody. It's just a natural way of dealing with things. So, I mean, if these people. If this is what they do, I mean, yeah, I'm happy.
No, that's what they do, and it's really awesome. If you go onto their Facebook page, they have their website and they have their mission statement there too. It's incredible. You need to go like them on Facebook. Follow those guys.
Is Natalie? Is she like the?
She does all the social media for them.
What's she? So does she? Who directs the Race Foundation? Is it Kevin?
Kevin,
Okay.
correct.
All right. I'm learning with you guys too as well.
Kevin is an awesome guy. If you guys see the Rudine family at all, Obviously, watch the interview with Kevin. It's both of them were short, but say thank you to that family because they don't just give through the foundation to the race community. They give through owning a car. They give a lot of money to racing. They want to help the sport out and grow. They do awesome things. So you need to just go and thank them because what they do is absolutely amazing. And it's a family that loves racing too. I mean, if you don't think they aren't dedicated, go look at their hauler sometime.
It's a nice looking hauler.
You should see the race shop that they have. It's absolutely gorgeous.
They show you pictures?
No, you can find them on their Facebook and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But make sure you follow them on Twitter, Facebook, every social media platform. They have something. Listen to those interviews. Go check out their mission statement. Donate if you can. And we're really excited to partner with them on some things for nationals. We're not going to tell you yet. We're still in the works on it. But just amazing people. And that was such an honor to finally go inside that hauler and then talk to them about that special race they had because it was truly amazing. And that was some of the best sprint car racing
It was a good,
I've watched.
I thought
That
it
was a
good
great
race,
show.
and I think
Tony
that's what
Stewart
we need to
picking
talk
up the
about the
win.
race.
Yeah,
And
we do.
The race in and of itself is the story, in my opinion. I mean, that was
It was.
the first ever running of the Race Redeem Foundation. I guess you could call it Memorial Race, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
At 34 Raceway, Burlington, Iowa.
26 grand to win.
$26,000 to win. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good payday for a sprint car show.
And you know what? That's good confidence going into Nationals week, I think, too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can win a big sprint car race. And I'll tell you what, speaking about winning big sprint car races, we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But they had 34 cars, ironically, at 34 Raceway. They also had 12 stock cars in it. I thought the stock car show was really, really good.
Yeah, it
And
was.
we'll talk about that as well. But
Yeah.
in the sprint car feature, believe it or not, folks, and I think you all probably know by now, it was Tony Stewart.
It was indeed.
Three-time NASCAR champion Tony Stewart ended up picking up the win Sunday at Burlington. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know about Safe, I guess. I kind of put words in his mouth the other day in that video I made, but I'm a big Tony Stewart fan. I think Safe's a Tony Stewart fan.
I like Tony Stewart.
I think, obviously, it's been a little bit of a controversial week for Tony Stewart, and I think we all know why. And
If you haven't, just go on our page and find the video. It's not that hard.
everybody knows about it. Let's talk about it. I think it's an issue worth talking about.
Yeah, some fan was being a jerk, and Tony went over and
Yeah.
punched him in the face.
He did.
I agree.
I know it's been kind of controversial. I mean, it's Tony Stewart.
Here-
Anytime you talk about Tony Stewart
This,
in a fan, it's going to
yeah.
be controversial.
I just want to give my opinion real quick.
Okay, go ahead. I want to hear it.
I think, the fan had it coming. I agree with that. But one, for him to start yelling F you and flipping him off with a little girl right there who's covering her ears, one, he should have taken care of her first, and then if he still had a problem with that guy afterward, then go after him, because there's that kid that poor kid. Honestly, I felt bad for the kid. I had to watch the video a couple times till I realized there's a little girl just wanting to get her flag signed. She has her back turned, and she's holding her earmuffs like harder and harder if you watch, and it's like, man, it's like you're in a position where people are going to heckle you, and there's young fans. You need to learn. I think he went a little overboard with some of the things he said in front of that young fan, but punching that guy, he had it coming. I agree with that, but
let me put it this way, Safe.
that's what I have to say.
Let's put it this way, because I kind of disagree with what you're saying, and here's why.
Okay.
You're basically saying what your biggest beef with the whole situation was is there was that little kid standing there waiting to get her autograph, and Tony was cursing and flipping this fan off for being just a total tool bag, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that.
But you don't have a problem with the guy running over. You don't have a problem with Tony punching the guy in the face.
Well, the guy deserved that, but what I'm mad about...
Here's what I'm saying. But you're not thinking through this, what you're saying. No, I know. What I'm saying is, though, what difference does it make if you're cussing in front of somebody instead of you just jack somebody right in the jaw in front of a little kid? Do you think that's any better?
Yeah, but the little girl is now going to go around thinking maybe that screaming and flipping people off is okay.
I don't think that's what that little girl... That little
you
girl
never know.
probably is not going to get that
I
out
don't
of there.
know.
My opinion is this. When you go into the infield of a sprint car infield or any infield across the United States, I don't care where you're at. I don't care if it's asphalt or dirt track, whatever it is. and you go down in there into the competitors area, and let's face it, it's Tony Stewart, dude. He's a 3-time Cup champion. He's one of the most famous racers probably in history, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
The guy knew what he was doing. He went down there to heckle Tony. He's not a Tony Stewart fan. We don't even really know what he said.
No,
And-
you can't tell,
And
really.
for the way Tony, obviously, yeah, he flipped him off and he told him to F off. We all saw that.
Yeah.
You know, it gets to a point where you get heckled so much. Tony's been through so much the last 6-7 years of his career.
Oh,
And obviously the Kevin Ward incident, it
Mhm.
made that 10 times worse on top of the people who already didn't like Tony.
Oh, horrible.
And, you know what? It gets to a point where, you know what, when you get heckled enough and when people are constantly saying this and that about you, and I'm going to tell you the way Tony Stewart turned around and flipped around on that guy and went after him and just jacked him right in the jaw. He said something that was intense. He said something that should not have been said in the infield.
I
Should
bet
not
he
be
said something about the.
I'm going to
Kevin Ward
guarantee you that
Jr.
he's probably said something about either Kevin Ward or about Tony's past, and it was uncalled for, and it was probably disrespectful on every level.
Had to be.
And I don't care who you are or what you think. If you're a man and you feel like you've been disrespected, every once in a while you just got to shut a loud mouth up.
Yeah.
And you know what? He had it coming, in my opinions. So, you know what? If you don't like Tony Stewart, that's great. Good for you. This is America. You're allowed to not like Tony Stewart. But in my opinion, Tony Stewart was in the right in this situation. And you know what? If you're gonna talk, if you can get behind your keyboard and you can get on Facebook and get on Twitter and you can get on YouTube and write in the comment sections about how badass you are and about blah 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 and how these people aren't living their life right, how these people are wrong, these people don't know what they're talking about, blah, 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 blah. But then you meet that person face to face and you can't talk smack like you can on the internet or like you can behind your keyboard. You're a coward. You're a wuss. And if that happens to you, if you are brave enough to actually at least speak your mind to a guy, and then the guy actually takes a swing at you and he hits you and he puts you in your place because you're being disrespectful and you're being rude, don't come crying. Don't come crying to everybody else because, you know, and I'm not trying to get too worked up about this because obviously we got a lot of other things to talk about, but this has been a big issue this week, and it really grinds my gears to see people like social justice warriors on Facebook talking about how the poor little girl and then this and that. And I'm not saying I don't feel bad for the kid. Obviously, that's not her fault that happened, and she probably had no idea what was even going on. She didn't look
there's no way. She had her back turned to everything.
well, she didn't look like she was very old. She was probably only 8 or 9 years old, and you know, stuff like that. And you know, it's just it just things like that piss me off. They piss me off because then it turns into a big deal. And everybody gets to hating on Tony Stewart, and then they talk about the sport. And
yeah,
it's just,
that's the thing. I mean, Tony was in the right. The guy deserved it. And, you know, that's what happened. The guy deserved it, and then everyone's like, oh.
This deal, but what I'm saying is this deal wouldn't even have been that big a deal for 2 reasons. A, if it wasn't Tony Stewart, and obviously Tony Stewart's got a trail of controversy behind him a mile wide,
true.
whether you like him or not. And B, if there wasn't a little girl standing there waiting to get her autograph. If that
That's
little
true,
girl
too.
had not been seen in the video, everybody would have thought, oh, yeah, Tony Stewart, jack that guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But the fact that there was a little girl standing there, you know, 8, 9, 10-year-old little girl standing there with, you know, like you said, doing this, waiting to get her autograph, it turns into a big deal. Oh, Tony's a hothead. He's bad-tempered. He's this. He's that. He's a bad guy. Oh, God, that poor little girl.
Yeah,
oh,
definitely.
I mean, I just see things from a different perspective. I mean, kind of an old school perspective, I guess, in a way, but I think the guy had what it had coming to him. I just pray to God Almighty that this guy doesn't sue Tony Stewart and turn this into a absolutely big deal, you know.
He probably will.
He's probably a tool bag. He probably will. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but the guy is probably a tool. He's probably going to sue Tony Stewart. He shouldn't.
Alrighty. Well, I think we've talked about this long enough. I don't know. I
think.
feel like we're...
What are you talking about?
I just want to move on to racing
It's a big
now.
issue. It is a racing issue.
Well, it is. I know, but we're beating a dead horse at this time.
No. That one little incident affects the whole sport as a whole, and that's the problem.
No, I agree with that, but I think we have a lot to cover, dude.
I know. Hell, we got all night.
Well, you might.
You
Some of
do,
us
too.
have a bedtime.
What do you mean? I got bedtime.
5 a.m.
Whenever I fall asleep, that's
Yeah.
bedtime. That's anybody's bedtime.
So we have the 360 Nationals, and then the Capitani Classic, and then the 59th running of the 410 Knoxville Nationals.
we got the
We have the Front Row Challenge.
There you
Make
go.
sure you go and like them. on Facebook. It's Oski Challenges.
Even better yet, go to the race Monday night.
Yeah, and come to our meet
I know
and greet
Terry and Lori
Monday.
would really appreciate it if you guys would show up and watch the race, spend your money.
And Tuesday
there.
night, because they'll have the Ultimate Challenge, and that's an awesome race at Oski. If you've never got to see the Ultimate Challenge, come and watch it, because it's going to be a great night. So, lots of racing. So, what I think we need to go ahead and make our picks for the...
For 360 Nationals?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Giovanni Scelzi.
Gio Scelzi?
Gio Scelzi.
I don't know. 360 is a little tough. I'm going to go ahead and... I know I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for it because...
Yeah, you are. You always do.
No, I don't. What do I catch flack for?
Everything.
What's everything?
Everything.
See,
Okay, go ahead and
you're
make
not
your
making
pick.
any
Just
sense.
go ahead and make your pick.
Brian Brown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Brown's the king of Knoxville in the modern era, I should say, before I get in a lot of trouble there. The modern era. And other than Donnie Schatz. I mean, it's still, they don't call him Donnie Knoxville for no reason.
That's true.
Schattsville Nationals, whatever you want to call it. It's still Donnie's house. I know Brad won last year, but, I mean, Donnie's won 10 of the last 12, and he's finished first or second in like 16 straight. So, I mean,
It's crazy.
he's Donnie Schatz, boys. But 360 Nationals, Brian Brown.
Okay. Hey. Let's see if his luck can change.
His luck.
Well, the
He's had
last big money race he ran, he didn't have very good luck.
Oh, the Kings Royal?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bad night. Saturday night.
No,
did.
he had a bad week in general, dude.
He struggled a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, engine here blows up, blew a couple tires. Anyway. Mr. Social Media over here.
What are you talking about? Yeah. You got to connect with the people somehow, don't you?
Anyway, so, I mean, there's just so much racing. And not only that, we have Wednesday night, the season championship night at the Southern Iowa Speedway.
Boy, you really shifted gears there.
Yeah, I did.
Went from the biggest sprint car race of the year to the Wednesday night at Oski.
Well, what's wrong with that? It's still going to be a big night.
Nothing. No, nothing's wrong
It's
with
a
it.
big-
I love
it's a
talking
big
about
race.
I love talking about Oski. I think, yeah, season championship night. It's the last points night.
It is.
It
Who's
is.
winning what?
Well, I'm going to have to look up real quick, so go ahead and filibuster real quick.
I'm just going to go ahead with my picks. Sport Compacts, I'm going
We're
Trent.
picking?
Yeah, I told you that.
Dude, that's really tricky.
Just
to
who's
pick.
winning the race. I don't know
What
who's...
about? Well, I want to see about the points. Go ahead. I don't care.
My picks for the night, Sport Compacts is going to be Trent Orwig. Sport Modifieds.
Somebody's got to have the point standings here.
Yeah, they do on Oski, Southern Iowa Speedway. Yeah, they do.
Go ahead. Keep talking, bud.
So, Sport Compacts, Trent Orwig. Sport Mods, I'm going to give it to... we're going to go with Blaine Webster.
You think so?
Yeah. Stock Cars,
Good.
I'm going to go Nathan Wood.
Really? You think
I
he's
think
going
he's
to
hung-
take?
yeah, I
he's
think-
going to take Caden down.
I think he is. He's hungry. And it's nothing against Caden or any of those guys. I just have a gut feeling about Nathan.
He sent me a Snapchat of him cooking sweet corn earlier, so he must be hungry.
Nathan?
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. Everyone's got an
hungry.
appetite. Yeah. For sweet corn. And hopefully
Sweet corn's really good.
it is.
I love
Good
sweet
time
corn.
of year for sweet corn.
Mhm.
And then
made
in,
like 50 gallons of it already.
and then hobby stocks. We have to go Christian Huffman.
You know, he was a guy. I said a couple weeks ago he'd probably get a win this year, but
I think
just-
it's his
I-
time
I
to
don't-
shine.
I don't see it happening this Wednesday. I'm not saying it can't happen. I mean, obviously anything can happen, but
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
So
not
who are
not
your
this
picks?
Wednesday. Well, Sport Compacts, I gotta go with Trent Orwig, either him or Brandon Housley. I mean, those guys have dominated the entire season at Oski. Stock cars to me, it all depends on who shows up. But I mean, you gotta go Caden. I mean, Caden's like the stock. Well, I mean, he is. I mean, look at the record.
No, I agree. I'm not
The
arguing.
numbers speak for themselves. I mean, Caden's really
Yeah,
tough to
he
beat in
is.
the stock car. He's really smooth. He doesn't lose a lot of speed in the corner.
It's true.
He's good at Oski. He's good. I'll take Caden in the stock cars. Sport mod, I think, is the toughest call because the sport mod class in 2019 at Oski has literally been anybody's game. Because obviously Curtis Vanderwall's won a couple races, Bray Carter's won a few. Logan Anderson's been right there knocking on the door. I don't think he's quite got the job done yet. Carter Vanderberg's another guy. He's got a win, and he's been really close to a couple other ones. Caden probably be there in Matt DeYoung's sport mod. Colton Lizzie's a guy, he hasn't won a race yet, but he's been in the top 5 almost every single night, and I think he's leading the points going into tomorrow night. So, and last time I checked, it's either him or Blaine Webster, and I don't want to say which is which, or who's in first, who's in second. So, Sport Mods, oh man, I hate this. Is the one I don't like to pick because it's really, really tough.
Dun dun.
But I think I'm gonna go Logan Anderson.
Hey, not bad pick.
He's on a hot streak right now. He's got the
Hey.
feel in the car.
Okay.
He's gonna get it done tomorrow night.
And I can't argue with that one. He is
And then,
hot right now.
What's left? Hobby stocks?
Hobby knockers.
Hobby knockers.
Hobby knockers coming at ya.
Don't do that.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, shoot. Oh, it depends. I mean, if Ryan Humphrey and Mike Hughes get the hobby stock out, I think they'll get it done. But if they don't show up, I gotta go with Dustin Griffiths.
Okay.
I mean, not really any of those picks are out on a limb, but I mean, it's
Just educated guesses, or
no,
is that what you
just
call
the
it?
numbers speak for themselves. You
Yeah,
look at the
that's
feature
true.
winners this year at Oski, and I mean, normally it's the top 2 or 3 guys every single week at Oski, and because it's tough to win at Oski, and you got to be really, really good. You got to be a good driver. You got to have good equipment, and those are the guys who have it all. They have the total package, total team package.
Another race happening this week is the Ironman 55 in Peevely.
Yeah, this
Correct.
Friday, Saturday night. Yeah, Will
So,
Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars.
That'll be a
Peevely,
great
Missouri.
race.
Who's gonna win the Ironman? That's a tough one to call because you don't know who's gonna be there necessarily. I did see like Jack Hoddenshield's gonna be there. I would assume like Tim Schafer and some of those guys.
I'm
will be there.
guessing most everyone that's going to run Knoxville is going to be there.
Well, but here's the thing. That's not necessarily true because some of those guys are going to run the 360 Nationals, like Aaron Reitzel and Gio
That's
Selzy
true.
and some of these other guys that you think might go to a 20,000 to win 410 show are going to be at Knoxville. So I mean,
that's true.
you don't really know.
My pick.
It's
Which night?
2-day show. Too.
Yeah, I know. So which night do you want?
Well, let's just pick both. Why not?
First night.
Yeah.
Big Cat.
Think Brad's going to win Friday night?
Big Cat. Friday night and David Gravel Saturday night.
Okay, so I want to check one thing real quick before I make my pick, and it's actually we won't take but 10.
And he wants to make sure who's going to be there.
Well, there's one guy I know who's really, really good at Peevely, Missouri, who I'm not sure whether or not he's going to run the 360 Nationals or not.
Who's that?
That's Rico Abreu. He actually...
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
I'm not a big Rico fan.
I don't think he's running 360 Nationals.
Well, I want to check. I want to make sure.
Because he didn't run a 360 last week.
Well,
Or Saturday, so I would assume not.
I'm going to go ahead and
Rico
double
Abreu.
check. And it does not look like Rico... He's not scheduled to run the 360
So
Nationals.
he'll
It
probably
looks
be
like
at Peevely.
He'll probably be at Peevely. So, although I'm not a big Rico fan myself, I will take Rico Friday night because I think that's his kind of style. I think he gets it done. And Saturday night. This is the tough one because this is the big money night. Did you make a Saturday night pick?
Yeah.
Who'd you pick?
Gravel.
You picked Gravel? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely.
That's why I picked it.
I'm going to go Logan Schuchart.
Hey, that's a good pick.
I
too.
think Logan's he's gonna win a big race this year. I'd love it to be the Knoxville Nationals, but I mean
That'd
Ironman
be
55
awesome.
is a big race too.
I was going to say, there's a lot of big races right now. I mean, we are in the month of money.
They don't call it the month of money for nothing.
Exactly. And, folks, again, if you can't ever make it to Knoxville or you want to catch some of these World of Outlaw races, Dirt Vision has it hooked up. They do an excellent job. So make sure you check that out.
Take that screen down. I want to see the comment section. I love
Oh, he wants to see.
No, I love.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm
Safe
breaking
broke
stuff.
the internet, but
I'm not.
I love
am
interacting
breaking
with
anything.
people on here. I love to see what you guys
Yeah.
have to say. It's really cool to see who's watching.
Well, there was a lot going on about Tony Stewart.
There was.
There was. Mike Wanders thinks Terry McCarl is going to win 360. And
Hey Mike, is that for 360 Nationals or 410 Nationals? And you too, DJ. 360. I'm gonna assume
I'm guessing they're
360.
360 because that's what we haven't even talked about the 410 Nationals.
Well, yeah, you know.
And we'll make those picks
gotta double
Wednesday
check.
for our show.
We will.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll make those picks. Wednesday or sorry, Sunday.
I say we just go ahead and pick it now. I mean, not
you
much.
want to
is-
pick them now?
We can.
Okay. Do you want
Somebody
to?
needs to write these
Okay.
down.
Do you want to do?
We've picked all these races.
Here, grab a pen real quick. Grab a piece of paper. Grab the note cards. We're gonna write these down.
Okay.
We're going for $20.
$20.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, if you go perfect, if you pick them all right,
whoever has the
Yeah.
most.
whoever has the
So,
most.
Alex.
What if none of us gets one of them right? We just both lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who'd you have for Iron Man the first night and the second?
First night I had Rico. Second night I had Shoehart. And 360 Nationals, I think I had Brian Brown.
Brown.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, and then save.
360s. That's what I thought, Mike. So I had to make sure. Hey, Mike, I'm going to bring Racer Special Monday night to the Southern Iowa Speedway, so you better be prepared for that. I know what Racer Special does to you.
Okay. My picks for Iron
Safe,
Man
you're drinking
were
it too.
Sweet. Gravel.
Sweet and gravel. And 360 was Geo.
Yep.
So, like, what happens if we get them all right? Or one of us gets them all right?
Then we are magical.
What if we both get them all right?
Well, we can't.
I just wanted to see what he'd say.
Really? Wow, thanks.
I
man.
figured Safe would
Thanks,
go,
man.
wait, what? How's that work? Best finishing car?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we're betting. Well, yeah, Safe said $20.
Michael
Which-
for 360.
I had my fingers crossed, so it doesn't matter.
We're gonna
anyway.
let Michael in on this because, well,
Michael, Mike's getting in on this?
yeah, we'll let Mike in.
Oh, no. All right, who do you got, Mike?
Hey, you know, Alex. While we do that, why don't you let people know about the Harris Clash since Brian Reeder brought that up?
Are you actually going to let me talk about it?
I'm gonna let you talk about the Harris
Oh my
Clash
God.
while I get
Safe
consulted.
Grafke's going to let me talk about something other than a sprint car race on the Dirt and Asphalt
Are you
podcast.
kidding me? I've been trying to do that all night.
What?
I've been trying to let you talk about anything else all night. What the
No.
heck are you?
You let me talk about Donaldson. That's about it.
Oh.
Okay, so
yes.
for you non-sprint car fans out there, or maybe not as passionate sprint car fans out there, we've got a really, really big modified show coming up Tuesday night at the Deer Creek Speedway in Spring Valley, Minnesota. And it's the Harris Clash. And for those of you who don't know what the Harris Clash is, it's probably one of the more prominent, I guess, prestigious modified races in the entire Midwest. Definitely the Midwest, maybe even the entire country. And it pays I think it's $3,000 to win the modifieds. I better look up here, otherwise I'm going to have my facts all misconstrued, and we don't want that because we like being accurate on. At least I like being accurate on the Dirt and Asphalt podcast.
I do too.
Safe just kind of wings it as he goes. Isn't that right, SG?
No.
But it's this Tuesday night, Spring Valley, Minnesota, the Deer Creek Speedway. And let's look it up here, ladies and gentlemen. Race purse. There we go.
So, Michael, real quick, I need your picks for.
Who's going to win the 2020 presidential election? Somebody a while ago on the comment section thought you voted for Hillary in 2016.
Yeah, Dallas did.
Is that true?
No, I voted for Trump.
You did.
Yeah, I voted for Trump. I
Safe-
went to his rally in Oski.
Safe just-
Anyway, we're getting off subject.
Safe just put himself on the spot.
I don't care. So, Mike, I need your picks for both qualifying nights and Saturday night for 410, and then your pick for the front row and ultimate challenge. And if any fans want to give their inputs as well,
All right.
as well.
So real
It doesn't
quick, while
matter.
Safe's trying to figure out what's going on here, I'm just gonna go ahead. Again, Harris Clash this Tuesday night, Deer Creek Speedway, Spring Valley, Minnesota. It's about a 3.5 hour drive north of Knoxville for any of you sprint car fans who are gonna be bored on. Well, I guess you guys are gonna probably be at Oskaloosa Tuesday night, but for any of you modified fans looking for a place to race this coming Tuesday again, Deer Creek Speedway, it pays $3,000 to win the modifieds. It pays $250 to start the feature, which is really a pretty good payday in IMCA modified racing. And see, I told you, he's a Trump guy all the way.
Who?
But Brian Reeder, he's
you
a
never
good,
said he was. What?
I don't know. Just we need to talk.
Okay.
About, we need to talk
Harris
about Trump.
Clash.
Sport mods are paying $1,200 to win, which is a really
That's
good
pretty
paying.
good for a sport mod.
You know, it should pay a little more, but you know
Yeah, well,
we
you
can
know.
get into that topic. It pays $80 to start the feature, so they have a ton of prizes and contingencies. Thank you to AFCO and BHE and Fast Shafts, of course. You know, there's a lot of guys. You know, you need to go on their website. Harris Clash has a website, by the way. You can go and look up all the
Really?
contingencies.
Huh.
Yeah, it does. There's a hard charger award. It pays $200 for the hard charger in the sport mod division. It pays $300 for the hard charger in the modified division. There's a Sport Mod Hard Luck Award thanks to Race Tech Info. Ooh, look at that. There's a modified hard luck. See, now I'm sounding like safe now. Getting all mixed
Wait,
up.
what? Wow.
Like, there's literally, I mean, I can't even go over them all, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's there's literally 100 different contingencies and awards that these guys are giving out, and all the modified and sport mod features. So,
Ultimate Challenge, Mike.
and it's a really big event. It's been a big event for a long time, and actually, the defending champion in the modified division is Caden Carter from right here in Oskaloosa, Iowa. I know he won last year, and then Jake McBurney won sport mods. And Jake's a really, really fast guy. He's been his family's been involved in racing for a long time. And they actually just moved it to Deer Creek last year because several years before that, I think the 4 previous seasons they were at Webster City. And before that, it was at Knoxville for many, many years, probably the first 20 years of its history. I'm not sure how many years that the Harris Clash has been around. It's over 20, I know that for a fact. But it's a great event. The people who put it on, Bob Harris and everybody who helps put the event on. The inaugural event was in 1992, just so you guys know, if you guys even care. So yeah, if you're in the area up there Tuesday night, Harris Clash, it's gonna be a big one. SG, what are you doing?
Reading text messages.
Why are you down here like we're in high school? Like you don't want the teacher to see it.
Well, because I don't want people to know what I'm talking about.
They can't see it.
You never know. Okay.
Safe's worried.
No. Mike and I have our picks for the front row challenge.
Oh, we didn't even pick for our challenge. Who'd you pick?
Brad Sweet. He picked Kyle Larson.
You guys took the 2 best guys in the whole field.
That's why I let you talk about the
challenge. The front row challenge is really hard to pick because you don't even know who's going to be there.
Ooh, that's a good pick
Richie
though,
Gaston?
for Harris Clash.
Yeah, we should pick the Harris Clash.
Yeah.
We'll pick that one too. We're going to pick like literally every dirt race in the country from here on out.
Oh dear Lord, that'd be.
That's not that many. It's only a couple hundred.
Yeah, only a couple hundred. No big deal.
It's not that bad.
I'm gonna go Caden.
Really?
Yep.
You guys are both missing out. I'm going Ricky Thornton Jr.
That's
RTJ is gonna
RTJ.
wax him. Dude, I'm telling you, you need to get up on the table and do that without your shirt on. It's gonna make everybody go crazy. Do it.
Okay, so who's your pick for front row challenge?
Front row challenge?
You can't pick either of our picks.
So I can't pick Sweet or Larson.
No, they're out.
But the thing is, I don't even know who's all going to... I mean, I know who some of the guys are who are going to be there, but I don't, like...
Don't pick Sheldon. I talked to him today. He will not be there.
Well, I wasn't going to pick Sheldon anyway.
Okay.
He ain't going to win it. But,
Great confidence.
well, he wouldn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. But, I'll take Darren Pittman. He's won it twice before.
Yeah,
I know
Pittman
he's
will be
confirmed to be there. Roth Motorsports car, good equipment,
Okay.
good experience.
Ultimate challenge.
See, this one I don't even know because this is it's a Lucas Oil Powerized race.
Yeah.
So,
It
like,
is.
basically none of the USAC guys will probably be there.
Mm.
I can't even pick that one, dude, because I don't know. I don't even know who's going to be there. I don't
I'm
have a
gonna pick
clue.
Grant.
He won't be there.
I think he will.
Safe. No, he won't.
He said something in Knoxville about being there.
I don't think he will. He could be, I guess. I could be dead wrong, and I'll have to eat my words, but I'm not picking the Ultimate Challenge just because I really don't know who's going to be there. I can't. I'd like to, but
Let's
I
do
can't.
this. Can you find out, I wonder?
No. They
Well,
don't.
why not?
There's no entry list.
Oh, that's not fun.
No, it's not something you pre-enter for.
Bard Sweet.
Who's Bard Sweet?
Who's Bard Sweet?
Never heard of him. Is he related to the Simpsons
I already
guy?
picked Brad Sweet to win
Bard
Saturday
Sweet. Well,
night.
he's
Mike.
not picking Brad Sweet. He's picking Bard Sweet.
Okay.
That must be his
Wow,
brother.
Huh, okay.
Must be Brad's long lost brother Bard.
Wednesday Donnie. That's not a bad.
Donnie. You spelled Donnie wrong.
He spells a lot of things wrong. He spelled shots wrong.
He's probably into the Hurricane. He's probably drinking Hurricane.
No, I actually had it written down
Yes,
first.
I said it first.
Oh, I had it written down first.
I believe you, Mike. Are you gonna look up the qualifying list?
Yeah.
What are you back
I
on
think I
Facebook for?
Well, can't you do it on Facebook?
Get on there. Get on Knoxville's website.
Okay.
So we're gonna pick qualifying nights too. Oh boy.
Yeah, I said that.
We're picking like everything.
So he picked shot and then Brad.
Well, we
the
can't
next night.
pick Friday night because we obviously don't know who's going to be racing Friday night, so we can't pick Friday night.
That's right.
That's Knoxville, Iowa's official website, but you don't.
Oh, my bad.
You don't want to get on that.
Knoxville.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool how this works. Knoxville Raceway. We're the ones.
Berta.
What are you doing, Dave?
What?
That's Gio Selzy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man,
There you
you're
go.
smart.
There's your entry list.
Well,
Wednesday
that's
night.
for
Yeah, that's
Oh,
from
yeah,
the
here we
Knoxville
go.
Nationals.
Thursday.
Whoa, but that went by so fast I couldn't even read it.
Okay, so Wednesday.
It's like when my dad's scrolling through the channels on the TV. I can't
Wednesday,
read
I'm going
nothing.
Shoehart.
Really? Shoehart. Do I have to pick? Oh, yeah, I have to pick.
Yeah,
Okay.
You pick Sweet for Thursday.
So, Michael's got Donnie and you've got Shoehart.
Yep.
You guys all suck, but, oh, I hate my life.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. Some
Yeah.
days. This is tough. This is actually
Yeah, it is.
really, really tough. I
Oh,
don't
there's a
know
lot
why.
of
It
good
shouldn't
drivers.
be.
It looks like Wednesday.
Yeah,
night,
there's a few.
too. Yeah, there's quite a good bit.
Gosh dang.
You're probably.
I kind of, there's something, like, I want to go dramatic, but I don't. I'll pick Aaron Reitzel, why not? I was actually going to pick Danny Dietrich, but I knew.
I was about to say pick Danny.
Oh, no, can I take it back?
Yeah.
Damn it, Kyle Larson.
Oh no! I didn't think it was.
Yeah,
Danny.
duh. I'm taking Kyle Larson.
Okay, young money.
Well, I about had the biggest spoof in the history of mankind.
Oh yeah, you would have. And your brother already picked Sweet this time. I'm going Gravel.
We're on Thursday night, okay.
Gravel in that beautiful 24 or 41 Exalta car. That thing is absolutely
You were thinking of Jeff
gorgeous.
Gordon, so.
I was. Who are you going with?
I'm gonna be that guy. You know what? As the Lord is my witness, I'm picking Lance DeWeese. For all you Pennsylvania Posse fans out there, I'm telling you that 69K is going to make a little noise in Knoxville, Iowa this year. Does that mean he wins Saturday night? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. But I'm telling you he's going to win something before he leaves Knoxville, Iowa.
And Saturday night, I did pick Sweet, so...
Nicole Wanders is going with Brady Bacon to win the Knoxville
so did your
Nationals.
brother. Darn it, I should have...
But is Brady even going to be there?
Yes, he is for sure.
How do you know?
I talked to him at Knoxville.
Well, sometimes the plans change. I'm just
Well,
making sure.
He's running the wing car, too.
Well, yeah, I knew he would. He's in the entry list.
Well, yeah, I know. There's so many cars entered for
We're
the
gonna be
59th running.
Snapchat.
I don't know why we're doing this in the middle of our show, folks.
Why wouldn't we?
Well, why would we? We need to focus on our fans watching.
I am focusing on them.
You're not.
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
so who are you picking?
Wait,
Saturday
who am I?
night.
Saturday night of the Knoxville
Of the
Nationals?
Knoxville Nationals.
Oh my goodness.
I already picked Sweet.
Who
Your
does
brother
my-
has to change his pick.
So you picked Sweet. Okay, so Becky Netton's got Grapple, which, I mean, apparently everybody's picking.
I mean,
That is a good pick. I
That
mean,
is a very
obviously
good
David Gravel's been badass fast this year. He's definitely a guy who could get it done. So Becky's got Gravel.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, who do you got? I'm gonna let Mike pick. I'm gonna show a little brotherly courtesy to my bro here.
wow,
Let him
you're
pick.
nice. See,
I'm-
look at that.
I'm a
Michael.
great little brother. You don't even know. Saturday night of the Knoxville Nationals. Who's gonna win $150,000 and win the biggest race of the
You
year?
gotta change your pick, Mike. I already took him. Sorry.
Well, who did he pick
He picked Sweet.
to win Saturday night?
Yeah, and I already had him.
But I think he picked before you.
No, I had already had mine down. I hadn't got to say it yet because you were in the middle of the clash.
Okay, so you got Sweet.
I have Sweet.
Who you picking, Mike? I think we all know who you're picking, so go ahead and pick it.
Carter
Vandenberg's winning the 50-50.
I'm going to win the 50-50.
And then he's going to share it and donate it to the Dirt and Asphalt podcast because he loves us that much.
Hey, we are taking donations, by the way.
Donations.
Yeah,
I'll just take sponsorship.
that too. You want to
I'll wear-
sponsor our show?
I'll wear a Carter
Listen
Vandenberg racing shirt for about 10 grand.
Kyle Larson.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Okay, Kyle Larson.
Tired of being the bridesmaid.
But hey, Mike, you got to think. I know Chip Ganassi's led him the last couple years, but with as much as Kyle Larson's been sucking it up in the Cup car this
I
year,
didn't think about that.
do you think he'll let him run Saturday night?
Too bad.
If he
Pick is
puts-
made. Pick is made.
I'm Nicole's favorite little brother. I really appreciate
Oh, that's
that.
good. Okay, Alex.
What about Safe? Isn't he?
Alex,
What?
you're stalling.
I'm not stalling. I really don't know who's going to win Saturday Night of the Nationals. If I knew, there'd be a lot of people wanting to hire me right now to help win them $150,000.
Well, we're all just picking, so just pick someone.
Okay, so Becky's got Gravel, Safe's got Sweet, Mike's got Larson, Carter's got the 50-50. That's who I would have picked because I want to win the 50-50 really bad.
I do too.
Okay. Oh. I'm going to do it because I've been a fan of them since day one, and I'm telling you they're going to do something special this year, and they're going to party all night long in Knoxville, Iowa. Logan Schuhart's going to win the Knoxville Nationals this year. Logan, I put you on the spot, brother. You have to win the Knoxville Nationals.
Well, okay. Wow, I wasn't Well, you know what? I kind of was expecting that one.
I want to know who. I want to put somebody else on the spot here right now, too, while we're live on the Dirt and Asphalt podcast. Carter Vandenberg, are you going to race at the Harris Clash this Tuesday night? I just want to know if you're making the long journey up to Deer Creek.
We're probably going to see a no.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you what, Carter Vandenberg, he's a racer. He gets it
I
done.
agree. Okay, you still got to pick someone for Ultimate Challenge.
Safe, I don't know who's even going to be there. Like, I literally have no idea.
Oh, you know who I'm picking? I'm picking Logan Seavey.
But you don't even know if he's going to be
It
there.
doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? If the guy's not there, you can't pick him to win the race. That'd be like me picking you to win the Knoxville Nationals. That's not going to happen. If I drive home, so I have to go Tuesday night and drive you home from the Harris Clash. All right, I'll do that.
Wow.
If you pay for my pit pass, I'll go with you. I'll make sure you put that thing in victory lane, and I'll tell you what, we'll go, as long as Mackenzie approves of it, your wife doesn't divorce you over it, we'll go to the casino. We'll stop at the casino on our way home.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
What do you mean that's a terrible idea? We just won the Harris Clash. Would you rather us stay there and drink all night, drink ourselves stupid?
Well, no, I'd rather have you just come home.
We will.
Wouldn't you rather just come home, not go to the casino, just drive right home?
If we win if Carter wins the Harris Clash and I'm a part of it, we're going. And I don't even gamble, so I'm like, we're going to Prairie Meadows, and we're gonna double our money.
Probably lose. Okay. So Alex, we're just gonna put a DNF.
Tuesday night, who do you want me to pick? Okay, I'll pick Corey Wyatt. So he's like, who's that? He's thinking of who? I think he's the current point leader in the Lucas Oil Power Ice Series, I think.
Is it Corey Alliant?
Wyatt. Wyant. Corey Wyatt.
See? How hard was that?
It was tough because I had to think. Cream sodas and blackjack. I like that.
No. I don't plan on No.
What do you mean?
I don't plan on
Say's lying on camera.
I am not.
He's a deceiver.
Hey, Mike, who's your pick for the Harris Clash Modifieds?
Oh, yeah, we got to pick Sport Mods, too.
Oh, yeah, we do.
No, go ahead. Holy cow, how many picks do we have? I think we've picked every race in the country right now.
I don't know. So
Hey, who's going to win the Cup race this Sunday? May as
I
well.
don't know where they're running.
Watkins Glen.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Mike, you got. I don't even know what that means.
No, I know what he's saying. He means if he wins overall all these picks, $50.
Oh, okay, all right, $50. Holy cow. Okay, Mike, you got to give us your Harris Clash pick though, otherwise you're disqualified from this contest.
Who are you picking for Sport Mod?
For Sport Mod?
Yeah.
Sport Mod?
I'm going McBurney.
You think he's gonna go back to back?
Yeah.
You just lost a fan right there. Carter Vandenberg just unlike Dirt and Asphalt.
I picked him to
I
win.
don't care.
Well, yeah, whatever.
You're going with McBurney?
Yeah, I'm going with McBurney.
All right, in Sport Mods.
Yeah, in Sport Mods.
Man. Well, if I go and help, Carter Vandenberg's probably going to win. It's like 99% guaranteed. But if I don't go, it's probably going to be... Becky's got Kevin Harvick winning the Harris Clash.
No. Unbelievable. Okay, come on.
Well, all right. Sport Mod Division, I'm going with Jared Ballmeister. And I probably just got fired from Carter Vandenberg Racing and lost my retirement.
We both did.
I probably just lost my pension, so.
All right.
The retirement's really
Mike,
good.
if you want to inbox me for your Harris Clash, that'd be great. He probably has no clue who's even... It's Curtis running. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, we're lucky that you're still with us.
I doubt Curtis is running.
Mike Wonders is opening up can of worms there.
Okay.
So, Mike, are you picking Curtis Vanderbilt to win the Harris Clash this year? In the Sport Mod Division, anyway. I think that's who he's picking. docking your pay this week.
Yeah,
Oh,
that sucks.
man, so I went from $5 to $250.
You did.
We
Alrighty. You know what,
gotta
Alex?
pick the modified division.
I already did. We already did.
Who'd you pick
I said
modified?
Caden Carter and you said RTJ.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But you didn't give those guys the
Jeez.
opportunity to pick.
Well, that's their fault.
That's their fault.
That's their fault.
That's
they
our
should have been
fault.
paying attention. Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on, we gotta wrap the show up. We gotta figure out.
what
Just
we're
tell
doing.
the folks what's coming up.
With the interviews? Let's start with that. Okay.
Yeah. Give them an overlay.
So, this week today, I've been on the phone a lot with a lot of drivers. We have some great interviews lined up for y'all. Sunday, not live. We're going to tape it and then we'll put it on later. Probably the same night when we get back from Knoxville. But we're going to have a great interview with the youngest 410 sprint car winner at the Knoxville Raceway, Giovanni Scelzi. So we get to interview Gio's Sunday before the Capitani Classic. That's going to be a lot of fun. I know Gio's really excited.
He is?
Yeah.
He's excited to be on the Dirt and Asphalt podcast?
Yeah. Seriously.
Hot dang, we can pat
Hot
ourselves
dang.
on the back for that one.
Okay. So then Monday, before the Front Row Challenge, we have some great interviews lined up with Parker Price Miller
Really?
and Corey Eliason.
Do you think he'll fire us too?
I hope not.
Uh,
And then we're working on the date. I'm working very closely right now with Steve and Craig Kinzer.
I'm excited for that. I am excited for that one.
We are for sure. We're just trying to figure out a date and exact time that we are going to have them on the show. And I am super pumped.
I'm pumped too. Steve Kinzer is my racing hero, so.
He's one of mine. I have a few racing heroes.
Where's he from?
Bloomington, Indiana.
Alright, you passed.
So,
I do want to know, who are your racing heroes?
who are my racing heroes?
Yeah.
Tony Schilling.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
And you know the story behind that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely. That's fair.
Steve Kinzer,
Okay.
Danny Lasowski.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Can
Who's
you-
your racing heroes?
I actually have a few racing heroes.
Here we go.
A lot of them are on the local level.
Oh, and John Vandenberg.
He's one of your racing heroes.
The only man to qualify for the 360, the 410, and the late model Knoxville Nationals. I mean, it's pretty heroic. And from small town
Who are my
Oskaloosa,
racing
so
heroes? Man,
shout out to you, John. I know you're watching.
My racing heroes are obviously probably my biggest hero, if you want me to be dead honest and dead serious, is probably Brad Pinkerton.
Okay.
My dad built engines for Brad for many, many years, and they won a lot of races together. And Brad was always really close to my dad and I, and still, probably not as close as we were, but still are. And I used to love him, watching him at Oski and Bloomfield and Eldon, especially at Oski when he'd get right up on the cushion and rip the lip and knock the spoiler off in the modified about every night and still go forward. And he'd beat and bang in the stock car, and to me he's the best stock car driver in the history of Southern Iowa and maybe the state of Iowa. So he's definitely he's probably my biggest hero, if you want me to be honest. My brother Michael's probably honestly one of my heroes, just because he's my brother, and we had a lot of great times together racing back when my brother raced sport mods, and I learned a lot. And my brother and I became very, very close during that period. We actually weren't really that close before that, and that's kind of what helped us to grow a really strong relationship. So he's definitely one of my racing heroes. Tony Stewart is actually a hero of mine, because he's the epitome of success in America, in a sense of he came from nothing. He started at the local level, racing, non-wing sprint cars and midgets and things like that, and he worked himself up to a prominent level. He did it the old-fashioned way. He worked hard. He proved his talent on the racetrack, and he got himself the opportunity. He took no prisoners. Obviously, that's his style. So Tony Stewart's a hero of mine. I've always been a big fan. Obviously, Kyle Larson, I wouldn't necessarily consider him a hero, but he's definitely somebody I look up to, somebody who I respect greatly with their driving talent and just how humble Kyle is about it all. So those are definitely some of my racing heroes. I'm really, anybody who works for a living and who works on their own race cars, who builds their own race cars and has success because of their hard work and their talent, is somebody I look up to greatly. It doesn't matter if you drive a modified or a stock car or a sprint car or a late model, or if you make it all the way to the cup level. If you're somebody who worked for it, and you're somebody who, by their own knowledge and their own hard work and their own two hands, gets it done every single week, and they've got it done. Those are my heroes. But Brad Pinkerton, my brother, Kyle Larson, Tony Stewart, just to name a few.
Sure.
AJ Foyt, probably just because he just did not give a rip. I mean, he was
true.
he was very successful.
Yeah, it was.
I've really got a lot of heroes. I mean, Carl Kinzer really is probably actually right there, just because, obviously I come from a mechanical background, an engine building background, so I'm probably more into it in that side than I am probably the driver's side. So Carl Kinzer is definitely somebody I look up to. I've heard all the stories about Carl and about what he did for sprint car racing and just the kind of technical savvy that he had. So that's really important to me. And Carl Kinzer's a hero of mine.
Sure.
All those guys are. My dad's obviously probably my biggest of all of them.
Right.
My racing hero. But yeah, those are probably my 6 or 7 racing heroes. Not to get too drawn out, but do you have any other? You said Tony Schilling and Tony Stewart, or no, Daniel Sosky and Steve Kinzer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anybody else that you kind of maybe got you into racing who you really, you look back and you go, you know what, you've been a big part of. I know Brock Welch has been a big part of your life.
Yeah, I was going to say, local level, Brock, he's the one that let me wrench on a car first out of anyone, and, I wrenched for him for a year.
That's how it all starts,
yeah,
too.
And then from there I bought my own car, and he let me use his garage. We painted my car in his garage. We did everything out of there. And he helped me get to the track every week. And then, yeah, definitely Tony Schilling, though. I mean, he's the one that got me hooked in sprint car racing, from making me my own die cast one year for Christmas to letting me use his fire suit and helmet one year for Halloween. Just an awesome family, and everything that he did for me was just incredible.
Yeah, exactly. And see, that's how it all starts. It's
that's
just,
what I love about the race community. You fans are lucky. Race fans are lucky, and I'll tell you why. Because the drivers will interact with you no matter what. Even if they have a bad night, I mean, they'll still stand out there. Obviously, I mean, they're not necessarily the happiest, but they'll come out there still. Most of them will, and they'll still interact with you fans, take photos, sign a T-shirt, whatever. And you're seeing that because people give, like I said, I want to go back. People give me a lot of flack because we have a lot of sprint car racers on this show. I understand that. We're trying our hardest to diverse. But these guys want to talk to us, and the opportunities are not something that always come up. So it's huge that, I'm humbled by this whole experience, because we have guys that I've either looked up to or always kind of want to pick their brain. We're getting him on here to talk to us, and it's a great way for you fans to see that these guys are just drivers. And the best piece of advice I've ever got, and the best piece of advice I've heard about sprint car drivers, is from Mike Roberts. When I told Mike, I said, this is what we're doing, can you introduce me to some drivers? I was really scared, honestly, at first, to go up and talk to some of these guys. And I'm like, because I feel like I'm going to get shut down. They're going to be like, oh, not really interested, don't want to do an interview. So I was nervous, and Mike told me this. He's like, they put their pants on the same morning as me.
The same morning as you? Yeah,
they put their pants on the same way I do every morning. They get up on the side of the chair. They do a backflip and land it.
They do what?
Get up on the side of your chair, on the arm of your chair.
I don't sleep in a chair.
Well, that's what he said, though, and it's it stuck with me because, they're just people.
Well, yeah.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, go.
I mean, it definitely got a little weird here on the Dirt Nights podcast,
but well, you're making it weird.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I do not. So let's wrap this all up.
Okay, we're wrapping.
2-minute fire show here. Let's wrap it all up. We talked about 34 Raceway. We talked about Knoxville Raceway. We talked about the upcoming Southern Iowa Sprint Week. We've talked about the Harris Clash. Safe and I and a couple other of our best fans have made the pick. Made our picks for all those events going on. Safe's got some great interviews lined up. We got Gio Selzy, Parker Price Miller,
Corey Lyson.
Corey Lyson, just to name a few, possibly some other ones.
Kensers.
I understand that. Just a couple that we're working on. We got some local guys that are coming on. I've talked to 3 or 4 behind the scenes that I haven't got set on what dates are coming on, but they're coming on. So we got a good, probably 10 interviews lined up here over the next couple weeks that'll be coming on.
We have the meet and greet coming up.
We got the meet and greet coming up, and we'll be up there talking to y'all. Hopefully got some good drivers going to be there. I know Safe's that's kind of Safe's deal. I'm not like taking any, I'm just saying like he got that deal organized and he's got all the drivers lined up, and I'm just kind of coming along to make sure it runs smoothly.
Yep.
And whatever that means. But but that's pretty much what we got going on Dirt and Asphalt Podcast right now. That's what we got going on in the future.
And real quick, also
we're gonna chug a 24-pack of beer
that's
live.
Not
on the
true. No, we are not. Nope.
I don't even drink, boys.
And then we have we do have something coming up with the Rice Rudine Foundation. We're still finalizing some things there, waiting to get some emails and a conference call, and we'll have that.
Something else too, I forgot to mention. I don't know why I forgot to mention it. Probably because I've been talking to Safe for the last hour, but love you, buddy. But I did actually get on our Twitter page today. I manage a Twitter account.
Scary.
And no, it's not. I'm really good on Twitter. I'm a Twitter fiend, bud. I'm the king of Twitter. I'm better than Donald Trump at Twitter. Okay, so I actually got an inbox today, and this is going to go down here in the next probably in the next week, from a podcast called the Top Shelf Racing Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Good.
And we are going to do a collab video / interview with those guys, because they're wanting to do a Knoxville Nationals preview here coming up, because they cover all the dirt track racing across the country, kind of just like us.
Yeah.
And so we're going to
reminds me of something after you're done.
Okay. We're going to do a collab with them. That'll be probably sometime this week. So if you haven't already, and I don't know if they have a Facebook page or not, I just talked to this guy for a couple minutes today. It was about 3 o'clock this afternoon, right in the middle of the work day. And they're on Twitter, so go ahead and follow them at TS Racing Podcast. And they have some really good content on their page as well. So you need to go over there and check them out. We're going to do a collab with them, and then I think Safe's got something he wants to talk about here too.
Yeah, we're really excited this year. Joe Krogan and his wife Melissa are going to be here for the Knoxville Nationals, so shout out to them because they run the Worldwide Sprint Car fan page. They'll be here. We're going to collab with them on a few things.
We are?
Yeah, and we're also going to collab a little bit with Dwayne from the Dirt Nerds podcast. So we're looking forward to that, seeing Dwayne again, and then Joe and Melissa again. And make sure you go check out Dirt Nerds. You also need to go check out Worldwide Sprint Car Fans. If you aren't a part of that page, join. They're almost at 32,000.
That's pretty cool. You know who
That's awesome.
You know who else we need to do a collab with?
Who?
Luke Combs.
Why?
Well, when you do a collab, isn't that what music artists do? They collab and they do features.
I guess.
That's what it sounds like to me.
We'd be horrible at
Let's
that,
do a
so.
music video. Hey, hold on.
Alrighty.
Don't you end the show yet. Who wants to see Dirt and Asphalt put their own song and music video together?
Nope.
Safe and I
Alrighty.
are going to do a music video.
Alrighty.
Show
Okay.
votes.
Nope.
Who wants to see it happen?
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been your Dirt and Asphalt podcast for Tuesday, July 30th. Make sure you...
Don't forget, tomorrow night, Southern Iowa Speedway.
Yes.
Championship night. We got a couple tight point battles. It's all going to come down. It's on the line tomorrow night. If you're not there, there's something wrong with you.
Amen to that one, brother. Alrighty, keep her clean, keep her green. We are out.